Hey guys, in this video I want to show you how I overcome the overwhelm and then from there focus on the high impact activities when it comes to do with income activities, and with this not only help myself produce and generate income faster, but with this I can also in this be more focused and also be more focused on actually being fulfilled as well in doing the work I'm doing. So today I want to share with you what will be that process so that you can not only achieve the things that you want, but also you can start focusing on the things that you are good at as a skill and monetize that skill in order for you to make a living online. Many of you guys are already probably a contractor, you're a freelancer, you're a digital nomad, you're a solopreneur trying to sell your product, but you are finding it hard for you to focus on one thing specific. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people message me and they say like, how you're able to do that, or why you're able to do that, or is there a way I can also implement it for X, Y, and Z, etc. And I'm like, most of the question they're asking is very basic questions, but I already see that the reason they're asking it is because most of the time, people in general, similar to yourself, are very confused and distracted because of all the information there is outside. So if you want to focus on becoming the best, you don't want to be selling, you want to be leading people, meaning you want people to look up to you for recommendations, for the solution, etc. It doesn't mean that you have to reply all of them, etc. What it means is that simply by showing them a better way of doing it or explaining it to them, it will be more relatable, it will be more practical, and at the same time, they will understand why you are being seen as the authority, as the expert, as the go-to person. Okay, so the ideal process would be for you to implement is to remove all the mistakes that you have or that you're doing. Okay, you have within your business probably systems that don't work, or SOPs that don't work, or routines that you're doing, etc. Or you have a certain mindset, and because of that mindset, you're repeating the same thing over and over and over, and it's allowing you to be busy the entire day, but you're not progressing. So the biggest mistake I always say to people, if you're busy every single day, but you're not progressing towards the thing that you want, ideally you're doing something wrong. Because most beginners, they either learn every single AI tool there is out there, they're like posting everywhere manually every single day, and they're trying many different things like a business model every single day or week. And it doesn't make sense. And the reason it doesn't make sense is because you will burn out. Eventually, you will be tired and you will see, hey, the things I'm doing, I'm not succeeding at it. So what you can do instead is focus on one skill, one platform, and one offer. Again, I'm repeating myself so that you can understand it. Focus on one skill, one thing that you are good at that you can monetize. One platform, ideally a platform that the longevity of the content lasts for a long time. Ideally, it will be a YouTube video, okay? Because again, videos, you can leave them on for years and they will keep on generating traffic for you. Meanwhile, if you think on Instagram, if you think on LinkedIn, if you think on TikTok, if you think on Facebook, all those things, they're great, they're awesome, but then again, the content doesn't stay for long. It stays for a day or two, maybe a week, etc. Okay, so the ideal thing is once you have one skill, once you have one platform, the other thing is that you want to make sure that you have an offer. Whatever skill you have, you can turn that into an offer. If you don't know how to do it, logically, you can just go and look at the competition, search for that on Google, search for that on AI or ChatGPT or whatever. They will give you recommendations to someone that is selling a similar product to your skill. You can look at what they're doing and then model after that. But then you will fit it with your expertise, your skills, your knowledge, your PDF, your guides, whatever you have to do. Okay? So the 80-20 rule for us to implement in our lives in order to optimize our life, be more efficient, is how can you cut 80% of the noise and focus on the 20? Why the 20? Because the 20 has to do with the actions that gave the 20% results, or whatever thing you're trying to achieve. So ideally, what you want to do is, again, focus on one high leverage income skill that will allow you to create content and monetize. Second, you want to focus on one offer that solves a painful problem within the industry. Ideally, the painful problem is something that has been perpetuating the industry for years to come, like traffic, it might be sales, it might be growing in something, etc. Okay? And on top of that, you want to focus, as we said, on one platform where your buyers are hanging out. Ideally, myself and many of the clients I work with, they consume YouTube videos, so therefore I'm creating these YouTube videos. And some of them are on LinkedIn, others are on Instagram, majority of them are on YouTube. Therefore, I'm creating these videos, therefore I'm trying to make them as clear, as more practical as possible by these simple steps I'm sharing with you on the screen. And once you apply these, and once you master these, this is when you are able to basically scale. Now, if you focus on at the beginning to scale your business, it's not going to be the smartest thing to do because you don't understand why people are buying from you. The ideal process would be to implement all these, master the sale first, meaning master the idea and the strategy and the skill set of being able to turn leads or views into a sale first. Once you understand that, that's when you go and scale. Okay? Now, in order for us to be able to achieve this, we need to implement 3 rules or priorities, okay, that keeps us on track. And every day we want to focus on these 3 revenue-driven activities. First of all, you want to create content. Ideally, you don't want to create it every single day. What I'm saying is you want to batch it out within 1 day out of the week so that you can have 1 day to create 7 contents for the rest of the 7 days of the week. Okay, that is like working smarter. Now, on the other hand, you want to build a newsletter. So ideally, if you saw carefully within the description, you have a chance of signing up for my newsletter, and from there you'll also be able to get my newsletter. So if you want to build an email list, ideally would be for you to create a newsletter, because that will be the fastest thing to create not only a list of people that are interested in your stuff, but also a contact list of where in the future, if you have products, ideas you want to sell, or if you want to launch something, ideally you have a list of people that's already interested. So it makes it easier for you to be able to reach out to them. Other than that, you want to make an offer on the side. Even if that's not the core thing you're focusing on, you want to still have an offer on the side. So for myself, I have a mid-ticket offer, which is the course community, which people can jump with me and work with me on a workshop level. And on a weekly basis, they get access to that. So logically, they can go through the course themselves and then ask questions within the community and jump on a weekly workshop. That's what they can do within that mid-level pricing. Now, for the high-ticket pricing, it will be more like a one-on-one weekly session, or it can be a cohort. I have those 3 offers. Those 3 offers are very accessible for majority of my clients. Ideally, most people work on a group level because that's what they want access to. But if someone wants a one-on-one access with me, it will also be doable for them. But this helps you understand that I have 3 different levels within one offer. And this makes my life easier for the delivery, because every time they ask me a question, every time they come on a call, every time they try to implement something, it's based on one offer. It's not like 3, 4, 5 offers that I have to go and figure out, okay, what is this person using, where you are, show me what you're referring to, all those things. Why? Because it's just one offer. I know what it is and what it contains. Other than that, it's not costing me more to learn to deliver the offer or deliver on a daily activity. It's not busy work because I have a bunch of stuff to do, and it's not overcomplicating stuff so that I don't have a lot of tech issues. I don't have a lot of PDFs, all those things. I'm trying to keep it simple, keep it very stupid so that anyone can implement it, and I try to have the biggest impact possible by me being there. Not by, as you see the gurus, implementing AI and avoiding communication with the leads or with the clients. But in my case, I try to be there. Be there to reply to leads, be there to reply and give response and show the clients what to do. Right? So this makes it more genuine, authentic, and with this, people want to buy from people. So how I pick a right offer so I can monetize real fast is by avoiding these 2 mistakes. First, picking random niche or random offers that are from the industry competitor. You don't want to blindly pick them and just go and promote it. You have to make sure that you have your own elements of a twist to it so that you can make it unique to you before you do that. Second, you don't want to waste months trying to build something from scratch if you have no understanding if that is the real thing people are buying. So ideally what you want to do is to implement these 3 things instead. First, you want to pick one offer that is based on real problems that a lot of people are struggling or dealing with so that you can teach them, okay? Second, you want to use simple sales process that you see your competitors are doing. either through DMs, emails, or maybe just like referrals through Beehive or ConvertKit. And third, you want to focus on selling before scaling. As we just said, focus on optimizing the process to squeeze as many sales as possible, the most as possible, before you think on, okay, I'm gonna create volume, I'm gonna run ads, I'm gonna hire a media buyer, all those things. Because again, you're trying to see, first of all, if your product is validated, meaning people have bought it. Second, if it's validated, 1, 2, 3, 4 clients decide to buy your program, understand why they bought it so that you can rinse and repeat that process first. Once you have that dialed in, that is when you go and then create a system of which you can rinse and repeat without you having to put in the work. If you are able to do that, that's the easiest thing you can scale by simply adding $100, $200, $300 behind in ads, and you so slowly scale as you go, okay? Because the only way you will get sales is that if you have a clarified offer, meaning something that gives people a clear understanding where they are right now and how they can get to the destination they want to get, okay? The more clear the offer is, the more people are willing to pay for it. Now, why I choose a business model that works for me rather than choosing something that works for a coach, a mentor, or someone out there like a guru is because I don't want to be required to do constant outreach. I don't want to be required to depend on an algorithm. I don't want to be required to take years out of my efforts. If you are trying to start something and it's demanding these from you, then you know it's not what you want. Does it help? Yes, but down the line, not at the beginning. So if you want to pick a process, a model that's going to work for you, and it's going to be based on your strength, your talent, your skills, your mastery of what you know a lot about, or your expertise, first of all, you want to sell digital products. Why? Because it's scalable. It's easier to deliver and less of an effort, and it will give you more ROI. Second, you want to focus, as I said previously, building a newsletter where you can send out emails so that you can keep on selling the same thing over and over and over with 1 email per day as a minimum. And third, you want to use AI automation tools so that you can turn one video content into multiple contents. Ideally, for example, you can use Opus.pro as an example tool, and it will take your YouTube video and create many different reels, at least like 20 reels, and out of that, you can put them once per day, every single day throughout the year. And I think it costs maybe like $15 or maybe $20, something like that per month. So if you think about it carefully, you're paying less than $1 for content on a daily basis. If you put a daily basis, like a reels or a short, etc. Okay, either on YouTube or Instagram, etc. Okay, so even if you're monetizing and using TikTok, you can also do this on that platform. So if you think about it carefully, you are taking one tool that costs like $15, $20. It's giving you one content per day, per month. That's 30 content. You take that content, you post it on YouTube, you post it on Instagram, you post it on LinkedIn if you want to, you can post it on TikTok or Facebook story. And if you think carefully for a second, hey, you're distributing the content all over the place, and it's allowing you to, or at least it's allowing you to leverage your content in order on different platforms in order for you to be not only saving time, saving money, and making great impact on a bunch of different audiences on different platforms. Okay, this is how you not only think smart, but you also work smart in order for you to put 20% of the work in and get 80% of the effort or the output. Okay, now in order for you guys to stay on track, which is the hardest, is to eliminate distraction. Okay, so that you can focus on getting to where you want to get to, which is for you to get progress. Okay, now the overwhelming things that people come up to is that they consume content on a daily basis or consistently throughout the day, which distracts them. Second, they take too many things or work at the same time. They say yes to everything and basically doesn't put a priority, and then everything falls apart. Third, they compare themselves to others. Constantly they're trying to say like, hey, I need to do this, or I need to do that, or I need to show this car, or I need to have a big house, or I need to have fancy clothing, or I need to wear an expensive watch, or I need to buy a big TV in the background, or whatever. Or I need to be, recording from a high skyscraper because otherwise I'm seen as not important or not worthy or something. And I think like If that is your mindset, bro, like you're missing the point. People are doing that just to close the sale. But indeed, if that is a thing that you are going to try to do, always try to go above and beyond to impress others rather than providing a value or a solution to someone's problem, you're not going to make it. Meaning you're going to burn out because you're always going to try to impress, impress, impress. And as you know, in the real world, even if you're trying to approach a woman, if the key is trying to impress, eventually you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So you start seeing that people will look at the BS that you're doing or that you're trying to hide the real you, and they don't want to do anything with you. So instead of you being disingenuous, you want to avoid those things and only implement these 3 things. First of all, unfollow a lot of those gurus that you're following. If you see that they're driving a nice car, etc., and it's making you feel bad, unfollow those people. Second, stick to one mentor, someone that you truly can see that is genuine with you. They're telling you the facts and not telling you the fluff. That yeah, it's easy. You can do AI. You can make money within a week, and you can be a 6-figure income earner within the next month. Like, if you are following those type of people, bro, I would recommend you don't follow them. Don't follow them because they will ruin you in the sense that you will feel unworthy, you will feel incapable of doing it, and you will not feel inspired. You just feel hate and resentment. And that is not what you want to do because they will treat you like trash and you will try to cling to them as if they're your savior. Meanwhile, they don't give an F about you. They really don't care about you. I've experienced that for myself. I've seen that in flesh for myself with them next to me, treating me like trash. Why? Because they think because they have something more than you, they think they're on top of the world. Meaning they forget that they're human, similar to you. They also get sick. They also need to eat. They also need to sleep. And if they don't have a team, they don't have their income. They forget about that. So that shows you that they are disingenuous and they're living on the hype. So you don't want to be living on hype. You want to be focused on yourself, your purpose, helping your family, helping yourself, and on top of that, feel fulfilled. Meaning the thing that you're doing, you want to feel great about it. So in order for you to not be distracted, you have to use those distraction-free environment. Your workspace, your studio, your room at your house, or your living rooms, wherever you are. Try to be focused on deep work and progressing to your own goal. And that, the only way of doing that is by using simplicity, is by staying unfocused, and also be executing on a daily basis. Those are the 3 keys to doing that. So for you to be able to put less work in, get more output out, you have to be able to put productivity system into place so that later on you can scale without the burnout. So the daily routine would look like this: maybe 90 minutes of deep work. Okay, you block out everything else. You have content going out daily, as I said, using automation system, etc. AI. Don't use AI to be you. Use AI to just distribute your content, building your email and making your offers, or at least pitching your offer to your list. And then automate everything, delegate if you need to, like video editing. If you need to add anything, just delegate it. And then systemize things. Systemize things to make your life easier. For example, I batch out throughout the week 2, 3, 4, 5 videos so that I can upload the following week 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. That's how I do it. So every single week I repeat the same process. Okay? I just make sure that every single week I dedicate a day to doing that. With that, I generate engagement. I save myself energy, so that I can focus on energy on something that I want. Other than that, if you want to stay on track, the secret to staying consistent is even when it feels slow, you keep doing the work, okay? Because most people quit within a week, within a month, within a couple of months. So you try to want to make sure that you persevere throughout the difficult times by persisting and being humble, by recognizing, hey, what can I do right now? Persisting and being humble, meaning when it's not working, keep on seeing how you can make it work. And humble means just understand for a second that you don't have control over everything. So logically, if it's not working today, it does not mean it will not work tomorrow. It only means today it's not going to work. Okay, so for example, if you're playing basketball and you're trying to throw the ball in one go within the basket, it's not going to come from one day to another. Even if you're playing with other people that are teaching you how to do it, it's not going to come from one day to another. Even the coaches are going to have to remind you of a skill, of a position, of a way of shooting the ball over and over and over and over, because you will. It's otherwise saying you don't have it mastered yet, so it will require you to sacrifice time, sweat, and tears probably in order for you to make it work. So in a similar fashion to sports, business takes time. Sometimes it can go very fast, other times it can go very slow. But ideally, it takes time. So an example would be focus on the process instead of a specific goal that you need to reach by a specific time frame. Focus on tracking your progress so that you see that, hey, I'm fulfilling on those things. And then focus on consistency over intensity, meaning focus on doing it every single day and feel comfortable with doing it rather than trying to do it as fast as possible in one day and have the content for the rest of the month done. Then the rest of the month, you're like slaggy, you're sluggish, you're not putting in the work, you're taking days off, 3, 4, 5 days with going by without doing anything. Try to just have momentum, because momentum is the thing that's going to compound the success. Once you have it as a repeated momentum, you're going to see sales are going to come in. I promise you that. The reason I promise you that is because most of the people that got sales that I know personally and I've worked with have got into it months of doing the work. Sometimes some of them took even years of doing the work, and that's when they saw the sale. But when they saw the sale come in, it was like this, exponentially. Why? Because they already mastered the skill throughout doing it so long that they know how to do something from inside and out as if it's the back of their hands, okay? So if you guys are needing someone, if you're looking at this video and you, specifically you're needing someone to help you out, someone to guide you, someone to take away the noise and the overwhelm and just help you focus on the things you need to do without you wasting your time or feeling overwhelmed or wasting your money, hit me up in the description. Let me know what problems you're going through, maybe in the comment section. In the description, you will find a link to work with me as I just explained. You can do it on a group level, that you have access to the course, community, and the workshops, which on a weekly live workshop, I will go into your stuff and tell you what exactly you need to do. You also have access to me privately, one-on-one. So instead of a group session, you want a one-on-one session, you can work with me on a one-on-one on a weekly basis. Or you can reach out to me and fill in the form to join the pro. And in the pro level, you can also have a chance to work with me like a cohort session. A cohort session, again, we start together on the project and we finish together on the project. Okay, so start to finish, we go from content research to curation to creating to outsourcing, etc., all the way to building your product and launching your product. Okay, so all those 3 things. So other than that, I'll leave you all the links in the description. If you have a comment, leave it in the comment section. Appreciate it for watching this video. I look forward to see you on the next one. Take care.